What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the recent buff to the Enforcer AR. I'm going to talk about what I think about this weapon after the buff and which AR I think is best in the current version of Fortnite Chapter 5. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below which AR is your favorite in the current loot pool between the Striker AR, the Nemesis AR, the Enforcer, or do you just go with no AR and use something like one of the SMGs or the pistol instead? Let me know down in the comments below. So if you guys were unaware of what changed with the Enforcer AR, every rarity, green and above, got a damage increase of 1. It also got a higher headshot multiplier from 1.5 to 1.65. And also the bullet speed, the travel speed of the bullets is going to be slightly faster after the buff. It's not quite hit scan, but it definitely feels a lot better than it did prior to the buff. And you might be looking at those changes and be like +1 damage and plus 0.015 on the headshot multiplier increase. Is that, or like 0.15 on the headshot multiplier? Is that really that big of a deal? And it doesn't sound like it, but like those two changes combined, increasing both the damage and the headshot multiplier, results in a pretty noticeable damage increase to the headshots. And just as like an example of how good the headshots are now, the green Enforcer AR will do the same headshot damage as the Mythic Nemesis AR, both headshot for 56. And then the gold Enforcer AR will headshot for 66. I'll have some clips on screen right now of me switching back between the green Enforcer and the gold, or the Mythic Nemesis. And you'll see they both headshot for 56. So that's kind of crazy. Like the rarity difference there is rather large, and they end up doing the same headshot damage, and then the gold gets all the way up to 66 like I talked about before. So that's nothing to like kind of scoff at. It definitely feels a lot better than it did before the update. When the Enforcer AR first dropped, or before it was even added to the game, when you could get it by eliminating the Jonesy NPC, I did not enjoy my time using it at all, and it probably was my least favorite weapon in the loot pool. But since the update, I've used it a decent amount, and I've actually enjoyed using it. It wasn't like something that I just dreaded using and just wanted to like, you know, get clips of for a video and then never touch again. Don't mind using it at all. But I probably don't think it's the best AR in the game though. I still think the Striker AR is going to be the best in the loot pool, mainly just because it excels at medium range. The Enforcer AR being like a slow fire rate, hard hitting weapon, that kind of excels more at like medium long range or just long range. That's where it will kind of have an advantage over the other ARs, you know? And I feel like that range isn't that relevant in the current meta, because even after the nerf, snipers are still incredibly good, and they still are very good up to like 100 meters or so. Once you get into really long range, that's where you kind of start to notice the nerf to the snipers, because they did increase the bullet drop and decrease the bullet travel time, making it to where you have to lead shots more, and it just makes it harder to use at long range. But it still just is incredibly good, especially in medium range. And I feel like a lot of what made the ARs kind of take a back seat this season is just how good the snipers are at medium range. If you're fighting somebody 80 meters away, would you rather peek and stay peeked while you kind of like melt them down with an AR? Would you rather peek, potentially insta-kill them with a sniper in a fraction of a second, and then go back into cover? Just how limited, or how low of a time you have to expose your character to do damage with the snipers this season, I think is what makes them so good, on top of the fact that you can have like the 2x scope or one of the red dots with no glint at all, and the angled foregrip attachment to quickly aim in, making it very snappy and very usable just for like making peek shots from behind cover. Your damage potential is really high with the sniper, and then your downside isn't as large because you're peeking for such a limited time. Whereas like with the Enforcer AR or any AR, you have to like stay peeked the entire time you're dealing damage to the opponent. And if you're 80, 90 meters away trying to tag somebody with the Enforcer AR, it can definitely do it, and it definitely feels a lot better than it did prior to the buff for sure. But I would still just rather be using a sniper at those ranges, and I still think the snipers are very good. So I'm going to be carrying a sniper regardless, and I think the Striker AR complements the sniper much better than the Enforcer AR does. It just kind of, the ranges where I'm not going to be using the sniper, the Striker AR I think is better than the Enforcer AR. So for that reason, I still think the Striker AR is the best in the loot pool, just because of how the game is currently played. Also, whenever I'm shooting people that like get into cars or anything like that, I would just much rather have the striker AR. But the enforcer AR is very, very good. Like I said, my opinion of it went from like maybe like, I don't know, a 3 out of 10 to like a 7 or an 8. Like, it's a very good weapon. And if you don't like sniping for whatever reason, or, you know, if you aren't able to get a sniper, because one of the things they also changed in this week's update was the availability of snipers is now lower because they're not guaranteed in the vaults from the bosses. By the workbench, there's like 2 weapon slots, and those used to be guaranteed snipers every game. That is no longer the case. So if you just don't like sniping, or you're not able to get one because they're going to be harder to get now, especially in team game modes, I think using the Enforcer AR is going to be a solid choice, especially if you are somebody who likes using the slower fire rate, kind of like hard-hitting archetype of weapons anyways. If you really liked DMRs in the past, or even the Red Eye, you'll probably really like this weapon because it does feel very good now and very rewarding to hit headshots with. For my attachments on the Enforcer AR, I just kind of went for like a very standard AR build with 1.35x sight, speed mag or drum mag, doesn't really matter. The vertical foregrip for reduced recoil, and then the muzzle brake for even further reduced recoil. That is what I liked using on the Enforcer AR. Just make it as accurate as possible, as easy to use as possible, and as viable at long range. I could even see a 2x working quite well on this weapon if you are going to be using it for longer range fights and if you don't have a sniper, but I was still using a sniper in most of the times I played with it. But that is going to be it for this, I think. I think the Striker AR is still the best, but the Enforcer AR probably is going to be the second best. And I think there's definitely going to be people out there who like really love this weapon now, especially in team game modes. If you are someone who doesn't like to snipe, or, you know, can give up the sniper to one of your teammates and then have this and still be like really relevant in those fights at like 70 or 80 meters, I think you can definitely help your team and do very well with this weapon. Let me know what you guys think of the Enforcer AR's buff, and, you know, which AR you think is best in the comments down below. I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to let some gameplay play out that I recently got on stream using the Enforcer AR, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Like, I'm not a huge fan of competitive in this game, but, like, if they're going to have tournaments, they should actually let people practice with the rule set they're going to be competing under. Is this all the medallions? It's 4. I did not realize where I just got shot from. Oh, that was the homie Rufus. Somebody clip it. They took riot shields out? Unfortunately, no. They did nerf them a little bit. I don't really notice the nerf that much. I don't know. They made it to where when you are shooting somebody, when they're just holding the shield up, that their block will get stunned and less damage than it did in the past. Okay, this is only 3 medallions. But I haven't noticed that much. One thing I would change about this season? The frequency of mod benches. I think if mod benches were more readily available at the, like, mini vaults, so the mini vaults have, like, 11-12% spawn rate on the mod benches. If they had like closer to 50 and there's just more ways to customize your weapons, or more like places you could, I think I would enjoy the game more, but that's just kind of a me problem. Like, I hate feeling like I have to land in certain spots and then rotate the exact same way every game, and just like, yeah. And it's not like the medallions are a thing, and like the mythic weapons are a thing, so it's not like the boss locations would have 0 value if there was more weapon customization spots available. Oh, that's an NPC. I was like, why is that thing just standing there? they went undercover. Do you think he think I'm slacking? He's gonna EMP me here, but it's fine. Never mind. He really thought he was invisible, dude. He's raging about how did I see him when he's invisible. I've not met all the NPCs. I did see that there's some that sell shocks for 250 gold. I don't know how I feel about that. Cause like on one hand, like 36 from Cabby was kind of crazy. Like that is hella cheap. But I also think 250 is like too much. Favorite game of all time? Fortnite, 100%. When Fortnite is good, there's no other game that can compare for me. That's what makes the frustrating seasons frustrating, because the potential this game has is insane. 75 seems like a decent. Yeah, I was gonna say like 100, 125 would I feel like be a little bit more reasonable. But yeah, my top 3 would probably be Fortnite, Black Ops 2, and Battlefield 4. And then as far as single player games go, I don't even know, like GTA 4. Maybe Fallout 3. It's hard to say because like I would say like Fallout 3, Oblivion, and New Vegas, but it's been so long since I played any of those that I don't even know. Like fucking Oblivion came out in like 2006, didn't it? Like that shit is old. Yeah, I feel that, Rev. I wish I never quit. Oh, he shot my tires too. Six-string samurai. GG's, man. Enforcer greater than Nemesis? I could see that. But I feel like the Nemesis is like kind of an in-between. Like the Striker is, you know, higher fire rate, kind of ish damage, but just like really good fire rate, really adaptable. The Nemesis is slower, harder hitting, and then the Enforcer is even slower and even harder hitting. So it's like if the Enforcer is going to be appealing, then like I feel like the one in the middle just kind of gets like edged out. But I don't... I don't think the Nemesis is bad.